Welcome to the Travel Ones podcast. Today, my guest is Gerardo Mejia, Pastor G, as I like to refer to him now. How are you today?
Doing good, my friend. How are you?
I appreciate the time. I'm doing really well. You know, to try and break down everything you've done over the course of your career, between popping, dancing, commercials, acting, singing, A&R. Oh yeah, father, husband, pastor, coffee.
Yeah, it's a lot of hats. A lot of hats right there.
Was that all intentional, or was it just a matter of how you were raised and always having to hustle?
Nah, it was. I guess it all came with a purpose. All that I did, like from being a dancer to the acting to the rapping to the this, I think it's all been a process of to get me where I'm at now, I believe. And it's been an awesome ride, man. It's an awesome ride. It's like I can't pinpoint what I'm going to be doing in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say, oh yeah, I'm going to I plan on retiring. I said, no, I probably not. I wouldn't be happy probably, just being at home, not doing anything. Cause like we were just talking a little while ago, man, I travel like crazy just because of, in the good sense of the word, I hustle a lot.
Yeah. Hustling's not a bad thing in my book, but I mean,
yes, sir.
You have 3 kids. It's like you had to hustle to make, I have 2 daughters. They're 26 and 28, so they're on their own now. But growing up, you did what you had to do to make money to feed the family.
That's right. Oh yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Interesting that you have such the background, and now your kids are somewhat following in your footsteps in some ways.
Yeah.
Is it with your son wanting to rap and all that? How much of your background you can sit there and say, hey, you're going to do this, and this, but do you have to let him experience it?
Yeah, I mean, it's all. I think as a father, I'm there for for both of them. Two of my children, you could say my youngest daughter and my son, they both decided to get in this industry.
Yeah,
which they've seen my ups and downs, and they, I guess it's in the genes, man. You can say that. They wanted it, and I wanted to be just like my father was with me. I wanted to support them in everything they, on their dreams to, get to their goals, and whatever I have to do as a dad, I'm there for that. But I'm also, I'm the guy that has the experience that, I tell them, it's going to cost you some of this. You're going to have to put some thick skin. You're going to have to learn how to do this. You're going to become wiser through it. But and there's going to be times when through the process of being an artist, you're not going to be appreciated until you finally hit it and everybody appreciates it. So it's like, I've been that voice for them, and I think that, they're making right moves, even though, we're all going to make mistakes in this. I'm there for them. And believe me, it was not something I pushed on them. I was hoping that they would, study. And, with my son, he was going to college and studying marketing. And I was like, good. And then one day he's like,
I want to rap.
Yeah, I want to do my music. I said, all right.
And you have to support them. I mean, my daughter just moved outside. She's outside of Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, there you go. That's music country over there.
Yeah, the Dolly Parton world and all that. I've been to Nashville, but I haven't been to Knoxville. So,
yeah. It's all one, man. It's just like going over there, because I'm only five hours from there, but we go to Nashville a lot, and we got to Knoxville, and we just see that the area is just so just a lot of talented people. Music is everything over there.
I've told people, it's like, if you haven't been to Broadway Street,
yeah,
I go 11 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, you can walk down Broadway in the morning and you'll hear live music getting pumped out of the windows.
That's right.
On 3 floors.
Yes, sir.
And they all
having breakfast, a big band.
And you're like, and there's so many good musicians, so many good singers. Yeah. I think it's I think people leave their small town and thinking they're going to be this big star, and then they go to Nashville and they're like, ah, wow, these guys are all really good.
That's right. That is right.
It's kind of like you were always the fish in the big pond, at Los Angeles,
Yeah.
Growing up and doing all that. You made it big, and then do you wish you would have had a more steady up career, or was it, or just it was what it was?
I mean, you always think like that, and then you just wonder what the true purpose was for God in your life. So, yeah, there's times I go, I should have done this, I should have done this, but then at the end of the day, where would I be now? I think that everything was orchestrated right by the ultimate chess player up there, and he just moved the parts right. I can't tell you, like, they might think I'm crazy, but I'm like, man, I think where I'm at now is the best I've ever been.
Totally agree. I mean, I've been following you now for a while, and it's like maybe it's the age, it's the wisdom thing, because I feel the same way. Like I turned 55 in June next, and I'm like, I'm just getting started. Like I feel like I'm just ramping up.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Because I feel smarter, but
definitely wiser. We feel definitely wiser. We got to push a little bit on the physical. Man, I was just pushing myself around the park. Now it started getting nice over here. I love to go running, but I was like, man,
everything hurts.
I feel the 57, but but then I pushed through. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna feel like this. Go out.
I know. I've been roller skating at the beach here.
Oh, nice.
And it's usually low impact until I fall. And then I fell and popped the bursa sac on my knee. So
Oof.
It's been about 5 weeks, so I'm getting ready to go back. But you got to keep pushing. I was going to ask you, like, how do you stay in shape? Like, I mean, is it diet? Is it conscious, or is it just your natural genetics of you?
Well, I can tell you 100% it's not diet. I eat everything. Yeah, I eat everything. But I do, like I said, I love to go running. When I go running, it's like my one-on-one time with God. I'm praying, I'm getting ready for my sermon, whatever is going through my head, and I'm running, and it's just me and God at that moment. So I try to do that every day. But as far as like getting in shape, man, my wife always says that, that I'm gifted, that, I laugh and I got abs. So it's like, I guess it came with the frame that my father had when he was young, kind of,
There you go.
So I don't have to do much for it. If you see me, I don't gain weight here, but you'll see it in my cheeks. Like I'm a pit bull. If it's coming, it's here. Yeah.
See, I'm all just in the belly. I don't know. Unfortunately, that's something I didn't have to worry about until I was in my 40s.
Yeah. That's the actual age when everything happens. Your eyesight, everything at 40s. Boom.
Yeah, exactly. As I wear my reader so I can see you.
That's right.
Yeah, it's all good. So you truly are a pastor, the House of Grace in Ashland, Kentucky. I mean, It's not just a title.
Yeah.
How did you end up there?
Just the one thing is how I ended up in Ashland, Kentucky first. Like I came here because I wanted to be here for my family 100. I've always, again, because of the business that I'm in, I've traveled so much.
Yeah.
And I'm always out. And in Los Angeles, we did, close to 30 years with my wife. And I always told her that one day we move this way. So we moved to Ashland, Kentucky, because, we wanted to give the opportunity to slow down a little bit and, give more of a, give up that sacrifice of trying to achieve so much to have good things and just calm it down a little bit, and we came over here, but then the church was just a cherry on top. I started getting my testimony at churches, and people started approaching me, and then we started having a Bible study at my house in a garage, like 20 people, and then, we outgrew that. Then we went to my wife's yoga studio. We outgrew that. Then we went to a big building that held like 250. We outgrew that. And now we have this place, it's like, it was an industrial freezing place, like, where you ice all like meats and stuff like that. And we bought this place and turned it into a church, and God's been blessing us, man. It's been an amazing ride, man. It's, I feel responsible, for the
Yeah.
people that are coming in there. One thing that I was scared all my life, what kept me from taking that, because I thought I was always called to be a pastor. I just didn't want it. I didn't like responsibility, and I was not that guy. And once I got here, that changed. So yeah, it's definitely been something that was not planned whatsoever. And
That's pretty.
here in the Bible Belt area too, man. The last thing you want to do is start a church. There's a church on every corner here.
Literally every corner.
Yeah, yeah,
When we went to Nashville to see to visit with my daughter and all that, there's literally a church on every corner. I
yes,
mean, like
sir.
it's huge.
Yeah,
It's a big business in a sense there, and I
yes,
don't
sir.
know. It's. Do you fly out of Ashland? Where, like, I mean, what's the closest airport for you? Is it Lexington or is it Cincinnati?
No, I'm at a tri-state airport in Huntington, West Virginia. I'm 20 minutes from there.
Okay.
So I take this little plane over to Charlotte, North Carolina. Then that'll connect me pretty much everywhere else.
Because I was going to ask you, it's like, I mean, you fly so much and you travel so much.
Yeah,
You're not in a hub anymore. I mean, you're not next to Ontario or LAX or
no,
Burbank or you know, so it's got to add time to your day.
yeah, it does. But I don't mind that at all. Actually, I find it refreshing trying to make a stop here and there, and I give myself a little time, and I get to Charlotte, make sure that I got 2 hours in between, so I can get my Bojangles, and get my lunch on, and then get on the next flight. And like tomorrow I'm flying out of Huntington, going into Charlotte, Miami, Guayaquil.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's that's gonna be a long day of traveling.
Yes, sir.
How do you
Yeah.
feel? How do you fill up your travel days? I mean, are you reading? Are you listening to music? Sleeping?
Both sleeping a lot. I'm great at planes. Like my wife can't do it like I do. I'd be like, okay, how many we all? We'll land in an hour and a half,
Wake me up.
and I'm out. Yeah, yeah. She can't do that, But if it's like I'll sleep in a couple of flights, and then like when I'm from Miami to Ecuador, which is like 3.5 hours for, I'll watch something on, or I'll catch up on my music on the people I'm working with or whatever. So
Are you still doing A&R stuff?
yes, sir.
Wow. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That doesn't
man,
end.
you got a busy life.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good.
I
It's a good example for your kids, though.
Oh yeah, they see my wife used to think before, when I didn't travel with her, she thought my life was a vacation until she
Yeah.
started traveling with me. How you was, oh, you're gonna be gone.
Yeah.
We're over
Yeah.
here. I'm like, okay. So now that we try, I take her almost everywhere with me now. So we're at that place right now where we just want to spend more time with each other. But like she'll choose. She'll be like, oh no, I'm not going there. Oh, she'll go, oh, you're going to Puerto Rico? Okay, I'm there. I'm packing, So
I'm literally going to Hawaii on Saturday
oh, nice.
for work, and
Yeah.
and like all of a sudden my wife's schedule opens up.
Yeah, exactly.
I go, I didn't tell you when I'm going. She goes, I'm available.
Hey, man.
So yeah, you got to spend a few extra days here and there.
Yes, sir.
But I totally appreciate, like, I have friends that are like, dude, you're always like at a nice hotel or you're in Vegas for the rodeo.
Sorry. Gosh, everybody's trying to go. Sorry.
You're like, oh, you're in Vegas for the rodeo, and I'm like, yeah, 16 straight days. I work every day.
Yeah.
Have work dinners at night. I'm waking up in the morning. I got 15 people that work for me, but they just see the party.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, it's our fault too for posting that. We post the cool pictures, like with the artist with this, and they're like, oh, but they don't see the
I told my friend that
they're working between that.
I took some pictures of Central California when I was driving north up in San Jose and Salinas, and I'm like, "Would you want me to take pictures of the road, or I mean, I could take bad pictures, I'd rather take nice pictures and show you what I see while I'm traveling." So, yeah, your phone is blowing up.
Oh my gosh, man! How do I try to stop this? I'm so sorry.
You're just making me feel more special.
Sorry, my bro. I don't even know how. Well,
don't ask me. I have to ask my daughter. When I set up this show, I was literally calling my daughter saying, "How do I do this? How do I do that? What about this? What software should I use? What app should I use?"
I don't know how to turn it off, my bro. So hopefully I just told people it's up, when you have those chats, you got those chat rooms and then somebody answers and the other one likes on it and the other one hearts it. And so it's like, I'm like, guys,
My
stop.
wife's friends, because we go roller skating together, right? So we get
Yeah.
on this group text, and I go, just take me off. I go, just tell me when I got to be there. Or what I don't want to hear all well, I'm going to wear my purple skates, and I want to bring the green. Get me out of that
Yeah.
text chat. Get me out of the
Yes,
chat.
sir. Yeah, but it's hard. Like I got the NR chat, I got the this chat, I got the family chat, I got the pastor's chat, I got the man's ministry chat. I mean, whoa, there's a lot of chats I got. So
That's
I just got to find a way where I can stop it from going gling gling every time that I'm on Zoom. There it goes.
That's the juggle you got going.
Yeah, yeah.
How much traveling did you do at the height?
Well, I accumulated 2 million miles right now on American.
Yeah.
And I probably have like 1 point something on Delta, not counting all the other airlines that I've flown.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been up in the air
quite a bunch.
A good part of my life. Yeah.
What was your favorite place to play and why? And then what place would you still like to visit and whether it's performing or just visiting?
Gosh. I love Puerto Rico. I go back and forth to Puerto Rico. I love, of course, Ecuador, where I'm from.
Yeah.
I've been going a lot to Colombia lately, in Medellin. I love Cali. I love, Chile. There's just, I think that, every country has its awesome city that you like to go to,
Yeah.
I guess I've been to, every state but Alaska. Yeah, man, I traveling, I can't tell you what's my favorite. I love, going. I can tell you this. I love mainly the beachy places. We love the beach, my wife and I. So, whenever I'm out, for any work, let's say, I'm out to Costa Rica, whatever. I'll make sure that I stay over so we can have the weekend and spend it together. Or something.
I was going to ask you, are you booking in any extra time now? Because
I do.
My wife.
Yeah, it's the best. That's the best thing, about my schedule, that I can make it work like that.
Yeah. Do you wish when I was younger, I didn't do that. Like my friends would be like, oh, you went here and here and here. Did you see this? I'm like, no, I went there for work. I got in, came in, and got out. Now I book in extra time, so I'll go see different museums or whatever, the things to see around there.
Yeah.
Did you do that when you were younger or no?
No. When I was younger, when I was traveling for music and when I was an artist, I never got to see nothing. I got in, did the show, did the radio station, I got out. So it's now that I get to enjoy it.
That's the best though.
Yeah.
At least for me. What place have you not been to that you really want to see?
I haven't been to Australia. My daughter's boyfriend is from there. He keeps on telling me to come down there. So we're going to be going there soon. Nice. But yeah, I have not been there. And where else? I was just close there. We, wanted to go to Fiji. We got to see Fiji, Hawaii. We've done a lot. Where haven't I gone that I want to go? Oh no, there's a place that we're looking forward to seeing is we want to go to Israel. We want to do the whole tourist. Nice. I want to go to all the places, all the historic spots, where Jesus was. So I definitely want to check that out.
That'd be a good journey.
Yes, sir.
I've heard. Have you been to Greece?
No, I have not. And I heard that's beautiful too.
Smush Parker, who played for the Lakers during the Kobe era, and he played in Greece. He said it was the best beaches he's ever seen. They have black.
Oh, it looks amazing. Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
And if you like beach places, that'd be a good place.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
It's an island, so.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. What have you told your kids about the travel as far as with their careers?
Well, they have traveled a lot with me, so they're kind of used to it. My daughter, Nadia, she's she's a model. She works for Guess. She travels, if not more than she travels about the same as I do. She's always she travels to Europe. She travels to South America. She's up and down in the United States. So now my whole family is very much used to traveling.
And Jaden, is he doing anything yet with the?
He's in LA right now working with with producers. So yeah, he's definitely doing the traveling thing too. And the good thing is that my daughter lives in LA, and
Yeah.
she's got a spot over there. He stays over there. So thank God we got some, we always got people in key points.
I was going to say, I always worried about that when my daughter was traveling, when she was doing her job, when she lived in LA.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it's nice to have family.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
What's your wife think of all the? Did she travel when you were going through the height, or was she doing her own thing?
Well, it was not as much because my kids used to be, when they were young, it was more like, you can travel with two little girls at the beginning, and she stayed home most of the time, but then, like I said, now, oh yeah, now we made a pact that, like, we try to spend as much time together as we can.
That's pretty key.
Sure.
Do you have do you have any fears of flying or traveling, or is it just all?
Not at
No,
all.
no.
And I don't know how what's going to happen to me when, because the other day, the little airport, Tri-State Airport, right? That's a small plane that travels out of there, and
Yeah.
and that's where the movie, I don't know if you saw We Are Marshall. Remember when about the football team that the plane crashed?
Right. Yeah.
It was at that airport. So I leave out of the airport every time, and kind of my mom does. She's like, no, if I come into town, you're picking me up in Columbus. I am not going to the airport. Blah blah. Right? But at that air, and I've been in flights where it's been like the lights turn off and the yellow light goes do do do, and I'm filming everything. I'm like, I don't know where it's gonna take me. But I don't get panicky on flights. I really don't. I'm like, okay, if it's whatever's supposed to happen, so be it. But yeah, it doesn't bother me. I've caught on some crazy turbulent flights.
Yeah.
But no, my brother is total opposite of me. He freaks out every little bump. My kids, nah. My wife maybe a little bit, but not really. We're good.
Yeah, my wife. I always help because I fly a lot too, and she's like, be safe. I'm like, it ain't up to me. Once I get on there, I'm just a passenger. I'm just sitting there.
That's right.
Oh, I just enjoy it. I'm the same way. I've met some musicians actually that hate flying.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot there. I know a lot of people won't even get on planes.
Yeah.
They'd rather just, drive. I have friends that come visit me from Los Angeles. I'm like, bro, just take a plane. Nope. I will drive. I'll see you there in 2.5 days.
At best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's just because you started at such a young age, or is it?
I'm
always curious why someone is afraid of flying versus.
I don't.
Like,
Yeah, no. I'll tell you. My friend Frank, Frank Nitti, is a big producer, and he drives over there. But he had a bad flight one time. One of the engines went out and caught on fire on the left side, so they had to make an emergency landing. That's the last time he got on a plane.
That was it, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I see more car accidents than I see plane
Oh
crashes.
yeah,
so.
definitely.
I mean, how do you balance everything that you have going on? I mean, like we just talked real briefly about the ministry,
Yeah, it is just that. I mean, I consult. I'm not tied into one thing. Like in the business that I'm in, there's a specialty, there's a niche market that I have that everybody needs right now, which is the Latin crossover into the American market. I've done it, I've done it with many artists. I did it with myself. So there's so many artists right now. So they're like, okay, can you please, I've done the corporate, I've worked for the biggest labels in the world. I've worked for Interscope, the biggest, most successful label. I was their first artist. So I've done the label thing. I don't want to be tied down anymore. So like, I'd like to consult for either different companies or different artists, and I sustain myself that way. But at the same time, I can give the time to my family, to my ministry, and even to certain things that I want to go out and try, like my Rico Suave coffee right now. It's a thing that I wanted to do. In the last 2 years, I've been able to do it because I'm not tied down to one company,
Yeah.
you know. So I feel like I'm happier that way.
It seems to be the way the kind of the world is going, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even the music industry,
yeah.
it's A&R is totally different than it was when you were coming up.
Of course.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and
It, the digital era has made it easier for me to be able to be in Kentucky and be
yeah,
the head of the Latin department at a label, you know.
that's kind of crazy though to
Yeah,
think that the head of the
yeah,
Latin department would be in Kentucky. I still
yeah.
think back to
That's a,
the Buddy Holly story. You
yeah.
know, and you had the white guy heading up the Latin division.
Yes, sir.
That's kind
Yes,
of
sir.
at least you can speak the language.
Yes, sir.
You know, do you see that still as a growth? I mean, for me, I'm in Los Angeles, right? I've been in Southern California, Arizona my whole life. So the Latin music is just what it is. But do you see it growing outside of
Bro,
the blue
Latin
state?
music is the biggest music right now in the world.
Yeah.
I was in Qatar recently, and all I heard was Nicky Jam, Daddy Yankee. I was like, "What the?"
Where
I
at
mean,
that?
it's yeah, it's a worldwide phenomenon, and you know, it's what is feeding the Spotify's and the Apple Musics of the world right now. It's mainly Latin music.
Do you? I've had a couple artists on recently that aren't super happy with the streaming just because of the
Yeah,
dollars.
yes.
You
As
know.
an artist, it's tough to deal with. You know, as an artist, you know, for the people that are already established that are making millions, yeah, it becomes a business. They can work it out. But for somebody that's starting out right now and you make little numbers, and it's not a good business at all. You know, it's actually, you know, it's tougher for a new artist to come out right now. People are saying, "Oh, you got all the technology to put yourself out there," but at the same time, you're like, I have to go against 60,000 songs every day, and if I don't have a label behind me, how do I get noticed?
Yeah.
But then you got to find it yourself. You got to that's where you are the head of your own company. That's where, you know, you're not just the artist, but you're the CEO of your brand. You got to keep pushing, keep building, keep seeing what works, keep seeing what doesn't work. You know, I work for a distribution company called United Masters, and I get to see data that nobody sees, and I should get to see, like, you know, people on the rise that have the potential, and then I bet on them. Like,
I
I'll
got you.
try to sign somebody, but I like to see that somebody has already done the work. I'm not here to develop anybody. I'm not here to start anyone from zero. I don't even waste my time. Like, you know, and this is funny because a lot of times I get out for a lot of money. People with kids that, you know, want to sing or want to do this, and they offer you crazy money,
Yeah.
and you're like, I'm gonna be unhappy doing this for the next 6 months. You know,
Yeah.
I'd rather not. You know, or you see it from the get go. You listen to them and you go like, no, you know, there is no potential. So if there's no potential, why are you taking the money? You know, sometimes, hey,
Yeah.
let's be real. Sometimes, you know, there if it's a, you know, if it's a time of scarcity, then hey, you got to take it. But you know, if it's a time that you can be uh, not picky, but you know, you can
Selective.
selective. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can see what can work. Why do it? Why put yourself into just because you're going to collect some more money into something that might just offset everything else that you got going that's doing well.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, I've heard that, you know, basically an artist has to build up their own following just to
Yeah,
get a label interested. And
yeah,
before it seemed like you needed a label to get people interested in you.
yeah.
So it's kind of reverse in that sense.
Yes, sir.
Do you see
Yes,
any?
sir.
Do you see it changing and continuing to evolve?
The good thing is I've been, you know, I see, you know, still there's always going to be changes because just
Yeah,
technology and everything. There's always something new. But the good thing is that I've been able to evolve. I know a lot of people in the industry that are like, no, I don't believe in that. I'm sticking to mine and blah 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 blah. And you know, they're not doing it anymore. They're not involved anymore.
I think
So,
you have to be able to evolve, though, right?
oh yeah, yes sir.
I mean, just since our lifetime, going from record players to cassettes to CDs to digital, all within just you and our adult lifetime.
Yep, yep, yep,
That's not a long time. So, I
yep.
mean, what's next?
8 tracks. We're going back to 8 track.
Perfect. I still got my dad's player. I still got some of the 8-track tapes too.
That's funny.
Yeah, when he passed away, I'm like, I finally got the box that I was told not to touch growing up.
That is hilarious.
You know, I don't know if you had that, but there were certain things don't touch.
Yeah. You couldn't touch.
Don't touch the TV. Don't touch the
Yeah.
record player. Don't touch the stereo.
Yeah.
You know, he passed away and I'm touching everything now.
Yeah.
So it's all good. Yeah. What do you have coming up? I mean, is there anything you want to specifically
I mean,
talk
the
about?
only thing that I'm working on right now that well, of course, I'm working on artists, and my daughter's got a group coming out, and my son has got me. But you know, if I can tell you, there's one thing right now that you can check out for the public, for the people that you have here,
Yeah.
is that try the Rico Suave coffee, man. I'm telling you, my coffee is amazing.
It from Ecuador?
From Ecuador, from the mountains of Ecuador, and then we're about to come out with Galapagos coffee, which is volcanic coffee. You know, this is something that I wanted to do a long time ago, and just 2.5 years ago, we decided to do it, and you know, we've been super successful South America right now, and now we're bringing it all to the U.S. and man, you know, give it a shot.
Now that's a whole new
Rico Suave coffee.
That's a whole new business market, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But tell you something. The one thing that's worked for me is just the way that I market and promote artists. I'm promoting the brand. There's no difference as long as the product is good. It's everything. It'll work.
Now,
so
does the packaging, is that reflecting a reflection of the jacket from?
No, I know it's different colors. Yeah. I you know, I looked at the jackets. You know, there was a lot of black in it, and I don't know. I just wanted I wanted the bag of Rico Suave coffee to stand out. There's a lot of black and a lot of bags of coffee out there.
No, but your Rico Suave, it had different colors and all that. Because I saw your.
There was one that had black and blue and red, black, blue, and red. Yeah, yeah. You got it.
So we got to pick up some. Is it available on your website or?
It'll be on Amazon. I don't know when this will be up, but it'll be on Amazon next week. So soon enough, check it out on Amazon. Okay. The last 3 months we had a backup in San Pedro, the containers. I don't know if you know, but all the shipments, all the shipments have been backed up, and it was a mess. But 3 months, you know, we couldn't do it on Amazon. Now we're back.
All my goods are not all. I have a lot of my boots are made down in Leon, Mexico.
Oh, there you go.
Where all the boots are made mainly, and then but we have a lot of our shirts and stuff come over from China and India and Pakistan. So
how backed up were you for long? How long did you have?
3-4 months.
Yeah, 3 months, bro. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, our outerwear for September of last year came in December, so we missed winter basically. And then I have stuff that was supposed to be our spring, which was March, April deliveries, are now June, July. And it's like, it's everybody. I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah. It's affected everybody. I can't, yeah. It's like, you can't even get mad. Oh, you know, there's still, you know, so many hundreds of shipments before I'm like, what? Yeah. But, you know, I you know, there was a little favor in that we got to talk to somebody that really helped us through, and you know, so again, now the shipment went through. Now it goes to Jersey, and then from there on, we ship out to
from Pedro to Jersey. That's pretty crazy.
Crazy. Yeah. Yes, sir.
And then you have to ship it back here if I buy some. So
yeah, but that's the individual shipping. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I should just get it from Pedro. I'll go pick it up.
Oh man. I wish it was that easy, bro.
I know.
You can't get in there. It's like, even me, I was like, man, I'll go in there and I'll take out all the shipment. He's like, nope, you can't go in there.
Nope. Yeah. You know, my boss, he was just here this last week. You can actually track, like we know what container, what ship it's on. And they have ship trackers, so you can track the ship. And we're like, okay, we're still down south of.
Yes, sir.
Nope. Not even near the port yet.
Yeah.
So we can, and then you can track it once it gets off. So,
yes, sir.
That's good. So we'll get some Rico Suave coffee.
Yes, sir.
Well, does your son, is he working on his new stuff? Like,
yes, he is. Right now he's in LA working on his own music. So he'll have another song out in the next 3 weeks.
How does he want to be followed? Is he on Instagram or YouTube?
Yeah, he's Mop the Kid, MOPTHEKID, Mop the Kid. on Instagram. And then I think on TikTok, I don't even go on TikTok. I feel I'm too old for TikTok, bro. So he's on there, Mop the Kiddos on TikTok. So check him
How
out
did
there.
that title come about? Just the hair?
Yeah, totally, man. Actually, his friends, like when you go to the studio, there's all these people there, and it was like Mop, 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 and he's like, they used to call him Moppy, so he got stuck with that, which is cool.
What was your nickname when you had all the hair?
Oh man, that was Rico Suave days, bro.
That was a big mop.
Yeah, that was a big one.
You had a lot of hair going on.
Yes, sir.
How
Yeah.
often are you still dancing? Just
Not
whenever?
not that much. If I get to be at a friends, whatever, we get together and we mess around, or I go to a club and mess. Oh, I get to, like, when we're shooting videos for my artists, I'll mess around in there and stuff like that. And
Show them how it's
so,
done.
yeah, exactly.
That's what I did with my kids too.
Yes, sir.
They're like, "How do you dance?" I'm like, "Where do you think it came from?"
That's right.
Like that's awesome. So, hey, I appreciate the time. I'll let you go, and then I let you start getting back to all those
Calls.
the bells going off. So, no, I really appreciate the time, and I'm looking forward to following up with you and seeing. I enjoy the ministry work that you've done. I've been watching a lot.
I appreciate that, my brother. So. I appreciate that. By the way, that I can plug House of Grace in Ashland, Kentucky. If you want to check out any of the sermons there, it's you can go to the app is available at the App Store. Just put in House of Grace and you'll see it, and you can be on the every day of what we got going on over there.
But, yeah, I'll definitely put it on my website and leave a good link for you.
Awesome, my brother.
Thanks, Gerardo.
I'm my brother. God bless you. Thank you.
Later.
Take care.